We're taking our country back. We're doing so for the glory of God. Britain is a Christian land.
We've got too many devil worshippers in this country.
We're taking our country back.
We're at the Walk with Jesus event at Marble Arch, which is intended to be one of the largest Christian gatherings in recent history. But this isn't a church event. This is the new face of UKIP.
I didn't even know they still existed.
Yep, they're still around, but not as you remember them.
I wake up and I think about Jesus. So we need to go back to what made us a strong nation, and that is Christianity.
10 years after it reached the height of its popularity under Nigel Farage, the UK Independence Party has rebranded itself as an explicitly Christian nationalist group, aiming to put what it calls muscular Christianity at the heart of government.
What's interesting about UKIP more recently is that I think since Farage left in 2016, the party has changed largely beyond all recognition, from kind of a Eurosceptic civic nationalist party looking at anxieties around immigration, which I think it largely still does, and obviously exiting the European Union, and now looking towards this more kind of civilizational or religious kind of identity politics.
Who benefits from Britain being divided? This is the devil's plan, no? To turn man against his brother. All of our fighting, all of our campaigning, and all of our warrioring is being done for the glory of God.
Now this is a far cry from the UKIP we knew 10 years ago. So what happened? At the 2015 general election, UKIP received almost 4 million votes, about 12.6% of the total vote share, winning them one seat in Parliament. In 2024, they received just 6,000 votes. The party's executive committee hasn't met since April of last year. Instead, UKIP seems to have reorientated its strategy to focus on social media campaigning and street protests. And this new approach is certainly generating buzz. Last week, UKIP officially launched its new logo, ditching the party's signature purple pound sign for what it called a traditional English cross patty, a symbol of ancient Christianity, but what many compared to a Nazi iron cross. The design was rejected by the Electoral Commission as offensive, prompting party leader Nick Tenconi to accuse them of religious bigotry. Those at the event also claimed Christianity was under attack.
Well, I feel that what's happened really is that Christianity has become a minority in this country. So I'm here to stand up for the church, but also for my fellow British citizens.
Britain has got a choice to make. Either political Christianity rises or it doesn't, and we will lose.
Many at the march were dressed in clothing or carried symbols referencing the Crusades, a series of medieval invasions against Muslim-occupied territories in the Middle East, a far cry from mainstream English Protestantism.
The Church of England is a reformed version of the church. They might even go as far as to say that the Crusades wasn't a just and righteous war.
There's been recent talk of a Christian revival in the UK. A report published by the Bible Society last April suggested that church attendance in Britain has risen around 50% over the last 6 years, with people aged 18 to 24 showing the biggest increase. But new analysis from the Pew Research Centre challenges these claims. It says that the use of opt-in surveys, where participants choose to get involved, creates a misleading impression of the number of young people practicing Christianity. Nick Tenconi has said he wants this to be an explicitly Christian event. Now you can certainly hear behind me, people certainly seem to think Christ is king. But Nick Tenconi has also been reading from a prayer book for the past 20 minutes. And he seems to be the only one reading. So is this really about Christianity, or just another way of getting attention?
It seems to be connected to kind of broader culture war ideas and politics, and the strategic use of kind of Christianity against other minoritized religions. People like Tommy Robinson have also professed sort of a conversion to Christianity. It's quite a source of strategically placing himself on the Christian right globally and using that as a kind of a source of funding and attention within US audiences.
Trump's a Christian, like we are. We're Christians, and we want to keep Christianity.
UKIP's Walk with Jesus has a lot in common with American Christian nationalist movement. This transatlantic influence can be seen at an executive level in UKIP. The party spokesperson, the priest Calvin Robinson, moved to the States to join the Anglican Catholic Church in 2024. but he lost his church licence in January of last year after mimicking a controversial gesture made by Elon Musk.
We're not concerned in any way with the left's smear tactic. The left specialise, be they socialist or devout communist and Marxist, they specialise in undermining, in devaluing. So I completely reject the allegation that we're importing an American Christian nationalism. This is very much a universal nationalism, i.e. that of the church, one body in Christ.
But since 2021, Tenconi has also served as Chief Operating Officer for Turning Point UK, a British chapter of the American campaign group founded by the late Conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, one of the most influential proponents of American Christian nationalism.
It is an honour to serve as Turning Point UK's Chief Operations Officer, and if they have plans for me to take an honorary president role, that would be an honour. First and foremost, all glory and praise to God, but without Turning Point, there probably wouldn't be a Nick Tenconi in British politics.
That might be true of Tenconi, but what about UKIP's origins?
Well, I tracked down and spoke to UKIP's founder, Alan Sked, who left the party in 1997. He says he's appalled by what it's become and doesn't recognise the party he founded all those years ago.
Well, I mean, I resigned from the party when I left in 1997, and thereafter, I mean, I've just been appalled by its racist journey, and then now under whoever it is who's leading them. And as a Christian, I mean, I'm appalled too by the would-be muscular Christianity, because it goes against everything that Christ taught, which was all about love and forgiveness and love your neighbour and do unto others that will be done unto you, etc., etc. And it doesn't seem to be the faith, the original Christian faith, that's imbuing this new party at all.
Tenconi's UKIP faces an uphill battle if it wants to enact its Christian agenda. Meanwhile, its ex-leader Nigel Farage continues to garner support with his new party Reform UK, and they too are turning to God. In December, Reform launched their Christian Fellowship, a movement designed to promote the party within the church.
Reform will always stand up for Christianity in this country. We are fundamentally a Christian country, and we are proud to be Christians.
But despite the disappointingly small turnout for the Walk with Jesus, Tenconi has faith.
So the marketing was for it to be the biggest Christian march in history, but that's not going to happen whilst you have Christians in the shadows. It's not an overnight fix, it doesn't work like that. Moving on, and I will say this, if 100 people were here today, guys, that's made me the happiest man that I could possibly be today.